Rich, poor, or middle class? Which one is you? Welcome to South Africa, a rainbow nation and a land of contrast. A country where some people live in luxury, with their biggest decision being which flashy item to buy next. Is it the latest designer handbag or that premium sedan? While on the other hand, some wonder if their paycheck will last until the end of the month. That's the world we live in, a world where income defines everything, from lifestyle to opportunity. So if you take a moment to look at the numbers, where do you fit in? Is it middle income, low income, or are you part of the top earners? Understanding these categories means more than just numbers. It's about survival, stability, or wealth. The question to ask is, how much do you really need to live a decent life here? And what does it take to join the ranks of the top 1%? To fully understand what survival really looks like, let's first talk about the basics. You might imagine that making ends meet only means covering rent, food, and transport. Although that's true, but here's where it gets tricky. Covering only these basics adds up to between 10,000 rands and 15,000 rands a month. But the minimum wage leaves most surviving on roughly 4,000 rands a month, which is more than just a shortfall. It's a very huge financial gap that's not easy to cross. How would you make that jump from 4,000 to 10,000 rands every month? Sadly, many families across the country are facing this gap every single month. And with inflation constantly pushing up the cost of everything, from food to transport, each day feels like a tighter squeeze. Imagine having one income, meant to support an entire family. You start with the absolute essentials, but by the time you've covered even half of those, the money is nearly gone, and there are still weeks to go before the next payday. I bet you can agree that living on a minimum wage is not only tough, it's almost impossible. It's a constant balancing act. The gap between what's needed and what's earned has left millions working hard just to stay afloat, creating a whole new class of the working poor. Then there's the other side, the top 1%, the elite class. To join their ranks, you'd need to be earning over 1.9 million rands a year. That's roughly 160,000 rands every single month, an amount which is enough to turn survival into comfort and choice into freedom. Living at this level isn't about survival, it's about living well with savings, investments, and financial stability. Here, money is not a matter of how much to get by, it's about how much to grow. At the top, income brings a world of opportunities and a different lifestyle altogether. A steady high income changes everything, from where you live to what you expect out of life. Investments, assets, properties, these are the luxuries the top 1% can afford. For them, money isn't just a means to survive. It's a ticket to privilege, comfort, and endless options. It's about planning futures, building wealth, and securing legacies. It's a different world altogether, where survival is taken for granted. While low-income families worry about whether they can afford maize or rice, the wealthy are busy deciding how they want their steak cooked at a fancy restaurant. Should I go for medium or well done? I like mine juicy and tender. Make it rare, please. A world of different choices, many options on the table. Most of those in this top 1% work in high-income fields like finance, tech, or law, and many have investments that keep money growing even when they are not working. It's a completely different game from the daily grind of the poor or middle class. South Africa's income gap is among the highest in the world. This divide is not just an accident. It's deeply rooted in history, but it's also caused by today's economy, which is failing many hard-working citizens. Even as the minimum wage goes up, the costs of food, transport, and housing are rising even faster. It's like running up a hill that keeps getting steeper. Sure, you are moving, but are you really getting ahead? If the minimum wage is not enough, then what is? The idea of a living wage is an ideal concept. An amount around 15,000 rands a month or 3 times the minimum wage aims to bridge the income inequality gap. This is not meant to cover luxuries, but it's enough for basics, a little extra for emergencies, and maybe even savings. The living wage aims to give workers a life of dignity. But here's the catch. While the minimum wage is mandated by law, the living wage on the other hand is just a suggestion. It's merely encouraged, and most workers don't even get to see it, since only few jobs can offer this security. But not everyone agrees that raising wages is the feasible answer. Employers often worry it would hurt profitability and may lead to job losses. It's a delicate balance. Raise wages and some jobs might vanish. Keep them low and workers continue struggling. Either way, the system is broken. Advocates of a living wage argue it's not just fair, it benefits everyone, including companies. They say a living wage is not just about survival, it's about creating a society where people can truly live with dignity. And research backs it up by saying workers who feel financially secure are usually more productive, take fewer sick days, and are more committed. Yet the choice to pay a living wage remains very rare. South Africa's constitution promises a life of dignity for all, but for that promise to mean something, workers actually need wages that let them live, not just survive. And so, we are left with two stories in one country, those who live to survive and those who live to thrive. In a world where the income inequality gap is only growing, one can only wonder, what will it take to close this divide? If you found this story compelling, join the conversation by subscribing. Let's explore more economic insights and push toward a future where survival is not the only option.